What have we here? I thought I was the only one of the Brotherhood out this way. Good to see a friendly face. Might need to grab a God's blind me together one night, eh? Listen, watch your back. Things are about to get really bad.
are they? Where are they? Oh, hello. I don't suppose you've seen a big dumb Nord and a beautifully soft bunny around here, have you? My husband, Bolfalgar. We got into a shouting match, and Snowy ran away. She's our pet bunny. I told Bolfalgar he better go find her, so he followed Snowy up the hill to the northeast. But they've been gone for a while now. Right now, it's the bunny I miss the most. Here, try this whistle. If Snowy hears it, she'll come running. And I guess Bolfalgar might hear the sound too. Just don't say he's a good boy. This is his fault after all. So, will you help? Remember, Snowy loves that whistle. If she hears it, she'll come running. Tell her she's a good girl and she'll warm up to you in no time. Snowy just got scared. She can be frightfully skittish at times. I'll wait here in case Bolfalgar brings her back. Oh, we trained Snowy to come for a treat when she hears that whistle. She loves treats. And if Bolfalgar hears the whistle, he'll probably follow it too. I imagine they're both hungry by now. They're headed northeast. Try that direction first. Prospecting. We're miners. We've been working our way west, following traces of gold in the streams. Bolfalgar thinks no one's ever really looked for gold in this part of the Reach before. If he's right, we're going to make a fortune. I am, but Bolfalgar doesn't care. He's traded with friendly clans in the past, and says they'll leave us alone. But that was before. This is new territory. We don't know these clans. That's why we argued. This is as far into the Reach as I want to go.
Yeah!
Did that give you a glimmer of hope? One fight is enough. You'll soon wish the storm had swept away your soul. A meaningless victory. You've destroyed one of hundreds. Your struggle is doomed to failure.
Yeah! Yeah!
Snowy! I've been looking all over for you, and it looks like you made a friend, too. Did Snowy bring you here, stranger? Hireta? She probably sent you to find Snowy. She loves that bunny more than life itself. That's why I've been walking around in circles for hours. I can't go back without Snowy. How did you get her to follow you? She's usually scared of strangers. The whistle, of course. I was so angry. I forgot to take it with me. I just hope that when I return with Snowy, Hireta will forgive me. I suppose we need to discuss our plans. Maybe this part of the Reach isn't as safe as I imagined. Thanks to you, Snowy and I can return to Hireta. I know the way, and it looks like our bunny has had enough adventures for one day. I certainly have. And I promise to keep my temper in check as my wife and I discuss our future prospecting. Come on, Snowy. Let's get you back to Hireta.
Yeah.
Unnatural witch storms. Nothing but reach stories, mark my words.
I don't think we're the first to camp here. Lots of fresh tracks.
Get some rest. The gods will watch over us. Plenty of room.
If you...
Hold there, outsider. These hills belong to the Reach folk, Rover. Turn around and go back the way you came, or I'll have your nose for a trophy. Witch rebels, huh? That's just a label applied by the oppressors, don't you think? Look, we have enough trouble with those Greyhost bastards and Carrick's soldiers. We don't need a curious outsider blundering around and getting in our way too. You're a hunter? Truly. Sounds more like Carrick and his keep witch getting up to more mischief. You want to befriend the witch rebels? Then prove it. The Greyhost has set up stockpiles nearby. Find out what they're storing, and then we'll talk. The stockpiles were spotted to the east and south. If you can find out what the Greyhost is using them for, then we'll owe you a favor. And true Reach folk never renege on a favor. If I knew for certain, there'd be no need to have you go and take a look, would there? Probably supplies for their army. Though what vampires and werewolves need is anyone's guess. Ritual items, things for their harrowcraft. That's what I expect. Aye. Harrowcraft is what we call the rituals we've seen the Greyhost perform when they summon those cursed storms. Then you know the Grey Host has recruited Ice Reach witches to conjure up their storms. They use fetishes and alchemical mixtures in the rituals, so it makes sense they need a place to store those components. Are you daft, outsider? Do I look like a witch to you? A true witch has power, hears the spirits, knows the old words, commands animals, things like that. Some use their power to help. Others use it to kill. Ice Reach witches are particularly evil. Well, you'll probably have to fight them again. They stalk these hills like old ghosts. They're allied with the Grey Host now, don't you know? Greedy hags, the lot of them. I respect their strength, but their hearts are all twisted inside. There may be a peace of sorts inside Markarth, but out here we're outnumbered and fighting for our lives. Nothing unusual on that. We won't let the Grey Host disarray our land, and we won't let Karak give it away just to avoid a little blood.
I hear old Afrin's hold is no longer haunted. If that was you. You have my thanks.
You won't find a braver, more trustworthy mercenary than me. But I'm not suicidal. When that cat asked for help, I didn't know she was planning to walk into the Leviathan's maw, so to speak. There's a tough-talking Khajiit from House Ravenwatch. Calls herself a Dusadara. She's looking for someone to help her with a delicate mission. I was all set to volunteer. For the right price, of course. And she told me the details. She wants to enter the old dwarven ruins and find someone named Cathad. But those ruins are crawling with vampires. Boss Trendler's Lothid clan, to be exact. I told her no thank you. I hate to walk away from gold. I can't spend it if I'm dead. You want to find a Dusadaro? You're braver than I am, I'll give you that. Last I saw, she was near that old dwarven tower sticking out of the mountain. They say it's an ancient lift. She plans to use it to reach the lair of the Lothid clan. People talk. You hear things. The Lothid are a gang of vampire criminals led by Boss Trendler. They terrorize the locals, charge protection, demand blood tribute, that sort of thing. They use the old ruin as a lair, exactly where Adusa wants to go. What's to tell? I don't really know her. She's connected to some Riven-Spire noble house, Ravenwatch, I think. She put out a call for mercenaries and offered a dumb ton of gold. If it involved anything other than the Lothid clan, I'd be all in.
hate criminals, especially vampire criminals. Five Claw? Adusa doesn't know what twist of the tale brought you here, but she finds your presence most fortuitous. I could use an extra set of eyes to watch my back. What say you, my friend? Are your eyes still sharp? Will you aid this one again? The Lothid, a local clan of vampires, terrorizes the countryside from their lair in the ruins below us. This one convinced young Cathad to leave this clan of criminals. Or so I thought. For some reason, he returned to them. This troubles me. Adusa Daro was close to saving a vampire from a life of crime. Why Cathad went back to his clan, I do not know. But I am not ready to give up on him just yet. Will you help me extract Cathad from the Lothid clan, Five Claw? The dwarven apparatus will take us into the bowels of the mountain, to the Reachwind depths, the ruins that now serve as the lair of the Lothid clan and their leader, Boss Trenlor. Meet Adusa there, Five Claw, and we will find Cathad together. Because this one asked you to. If that isn't enough, consider that turning one more vampire away from evil helps everyone. And if that doesn't motivate you, then remember the gold. House Ravenwatch pays well. Very well indeed. This one met Cathad when he first became a vampire. Before he got involved with the Lothid clan. I tried to recruit him then, but his attention was unfocused. Between his newfound abilities and Freyleth, he wasn't ready to listen to me. Another vampire. A friend, or so I thought. She seduced Cathad and led him away. I hadn't seen either of them until I ran into Cathad here in the Reach. We talked. He agreed to leave Lothid and join me. And then suddenly, he came back here. The Lothid is an ancient clan of vampires, older even than the Ravenwatch. They turned more troublesome in the recent years, ever since Boss Trenlor took charge of the clan. He drives them to perform unspeakable horrors while terrorizing the locals. Oh, must Adusa paint you a picture? Boss Trenlor has appetites that he forces the clan to satisfy. Murder, torture, extortion. These are some of the clan's crimes. And now, this one hears rumors. Tales of a prison where mortals are kept like cattle. This way, Five Claw. Follow me. Hold, Five Claw. Adusa has a plan. Adusa has scouted these ruins and come up with a plan. This one will barge in through the front door, confront Boss Trenlor, and try to determine where Cathad is. Meanwhile, you go in through the sluice gate along the wall to the southwest. No, Five Claw. Even the two of us would be hard-pressed to defeat the entire Lothid clan. While this one figures out where Cathad is, you quietly find a vantage point and see what happens. You're my safeguard, in case something unfortunate occurs. If the meeting goes well, Adusa will signal you to join her. If not, there is a good chance this one will be tossed into the deep prison. If that happens, you will come to my rescue, yes? Either way, we should learn where they're keeping Cathad. Remember, Fiveclaw. Watch, then come to my rescue if things go badly.
Sadaro of the Raven Watch. Cathard told me to expect you.
Let me talk to Cathard, Trenlor.
Cathard returned for his love, so I sent him to her. I banished them to the deep tombs.
His love? You mean Freylith? She is here too?
Freylith bit above her station. As for Cathard, you can join him. Toss her in the deep tombs.
Try not to die too quickly, Ravenwatch cur.
You should have listened to reason, Mark. I'm trying to save the clan.
Hang on, Fred. I'm coming for you.
That worked better than this one expected, yes? Adusa loves it when a plan comes together. This worked out better than I expected. Now, we just have to find Cathad. And Freylith. No, not exactly. This one hoped not to get overpowered by Boss Trenlor's lackeys and flayed alive. After that, I was going to improvise. This is much better, yes. We are in the deep tombs. Cathad is here, somewhere. We should find him. Good. I didn't think these monsters could overpower Cathad. Let's hurry and catch up to him, Five Claw. Convince him to leave. Lothid Clan is no place for a sane and honorable vampire. No place at all. Be cautious, though. If we run into Freylith, remember that she twists words and tells lies that sound like the most beautiful truths. Freylith, we traveled together a long time ago, before I joined the Raven Watch. She comes and goes. Sometimes I don't see her for decades. Then she appears and, purposely or not, causes some amount of havoc. Freylith made a reappearance when I was first trying to recruit Cathad. She befriended him, lured him away. This one did not realize she was still a part of Cathad's life, until Boss Trenlor mentioned her. She may be what drew Cathad back here. It looks like an ancient dwarven prison, but this one has no idea what the dwarves kept down here. Now, Boss Trenlor uses it to hold mortals to feed upon, as well as members of his own clan that displease him. He truly is a monster.
Blood! Take it.
Don't beat me to the blood beam. Tell Boss Trenor I'll pay.
Cathad went down the east corridor.
Stay behind me, beloved. Oh, Dusa. What are you doing here?
We came to save you, Cathad. Talk to him, Five Claw. I'll watch the door.
Adusa Dara. Here? Interesting.
You and Adusa shouldn't be down here. Boss Trenor. He's not the sort of vampire who's quick to forgive and forget. I know what Adusa expects of me. I want to join the Raven Watch. I really do. but I can't leave my loathed brothers and sisters in this deplorable state of existence. I need to do something. Boss Trenlor turned this once great clan into a gang of common criminals. He makes us plunder the countryside, kidnap mortals to feed upon. And if anyone objects, he casts us into the deep tombs and denies us blood. He turns us into feral monsters. Freylith has a plan. A way to replace Boss Trenlor and choose a new leader. Someone who wants to improve the Lothid instead of aggrandizing their own position. Once that happens, I can leave. Talk to Freylith. She explains things better than I do. I encountered Adusa shortly after I changed. She was a true friend. Helped me through the transition. I almost joined the Raven Watch at the time, but Freylith... she thought I should experience more of the world before choosing a direction. Freylith brought me here. She was part of the clan a long time ago and had fond memories of her time with them. Unfortunately, since she left, Boss Trenlor became the clan leader. He welcomed us at first, but then he showed his true colors. Boss Trenlor turned a powerful and respected clan into common criminals. He's abusive, egotistical, and cruel. He's also quite insane. Life in the clan has become intolerable, but I had to return. I had to help the clan. I hope Adusa...
I apologize for my horrid appearance. I assure you, if I wasn't half starved because of that bastard Trenlor, I'd make a much better impression. Will you and Adusa help us save the Lothid clan? Among Boss Trenlor's many vices, he loves to be entertained. So every night they throw him a party. A celebration of blood using a captured mortal, a wild beast, or one of the clan he abandoned down here. After we turned feral, of course. Not just evil. Deranged and cruel. He treats our clan as though we were his personal playthings, toys to be used and abused for no other reason than he enjoys it. But he's also powerful. No one has ever challenged him and survived. If you go down into the blinds and get me a dark cap mushroom, I can use it to weaken Trenlor. Then I can challenge him. After you find it, there's a lift down there. It connects to an abandoned corner in the servants' quarters. We'll meet you there. I am not an alchemist, but I know a thing or two about these darling little mushrooms. When soaked in blood, they release a substance that impinges upon vampiric virility. It's the perfect method for dealing with Boss Trenlor. Absolutely. The caves beneath this level are littered with the things. There's a lift nearby that descends to the blinds. But be careful. Boss Trenlor chased the creatures that used to occupy these cells down there. They can be hostile when aroused. For the same reason he sends any of the clan here. I displeased him. When Cathod left, I tried to talk to Trenlor, get him to change. That enraged him, and I hardly believed my eyes when Cathod came to rescue me from this horrid hole. That's too long a tale to tell in my current state. Ask me again after I fed. Suffice it to say, Adusa and I ran together a long time ago, before she traded her claws for the life of a noble. As you can tell, we can barely stand each other now.
Strange. This one has never heard of dark cap mushrooms before. I will need to see what they do, and bring that information back to the Raven Watch. In the meantime, be on your guard. There's something about Freylith's plan that doesn't ring true.
Ha!
This place is full of mushrooms. Shut up, my claw. That's it, Five Claw. Now, let's find that lift Freylith mentioned. That must be the lift, Five Claw. Let's go! One moment, Five Claw. This one has something to say. Before we hand over the mushroom, this one feels she must tell you something. It concerns my history with Freylith. When this one first became a vampire, she was alone, confused, frightened. Medusa did some terrible things before she understood exactly what was happening. Then, I met Freylith. Freylith took Medusa under her wing, trained her, guided her. She was exactly what I needed. But she also wasn't. Freylith is wild, chaotic. She loves both the power and the freedom that vampirism provides. I don't want her to lead Cathard astray. Freylith may not be the monster that Traylor is, but she is no fragile flower. She led me to places, actions, that seemed like a good idea at the time. I see much promise in Cathard. He can be an asset to the Raven Watch if he isn't corrupted. Talk to Cathard, Five Claw. Tell him what you found.
She didn't have to die, Freylith.
We couldn't have her raise the alarm, Cathard. This only works if Trenmor suspects nothing.
There is no reason for another member of the clan to die, but Freylith refuses to see it that way. Still, we need to press on. Were you successful? Good. Then we're that much closer to completing Freylith's plan and replacing Boss Trenlor. Obviously, none of us can walk in and join the Lothid celebration. Everyone knows we were cast into the deep tombs. You'll have to perform the next step. You need to get past the clan members to reach Trenlor's throne. Then just drop the mushroom into his chalice of blood. We'll take care of the rest. You'll need a disguise, though. Lothid celebrations are chaotic, but they easily spot an outsider. Already taken care of. Here, put on these servants' clothes. The clan will ignore you if you look like one of the mortal servants. The chalice sits on the table near the throne. Place the mushroom in the chalice, then step back and wait for us.
You look perfect. Now sneak into Boss Trenlor's court and place the mushroom.
Around Dregside, they say you took Baron Sorek down a peg or two. Had it coming.
Slave, bring me my chalice. I thirst. Stupid slave! You gave me spoiled blood!
It's not spoiled, you bastard. That's Darkcap.
Freylin? You... poisoned?
Murder, Freylin? Where is your honor?
Boss Trenlor got exactly what he deserved. And now, I want to talk to our friend here.
Let's go, Cathad. Freylin has chosen her path. It's time you took another.
Did you see the expression on that bastard's face? We made him pay for all the pain and suffering he caused. As for you, I thank you. I could use someone like you when I take Trenlor's place as leader of the clan. And it did its job splendidly. He certainly looks infinitely weaker to me. I'm sorry I deceived you, but look around. Do you see one face that mourns Trenlor? No. They will cheer your name for saving the Lothid clan. Your name. And mine. Trenlor was a monster. This was the only safe way to put an end to his reign of terror. Now someone truly worthy can take command of the Lothid clan. Someone exactly like me. Oh, darling, no. Cathad has too much damn virtue in his blood for my taste. Gets it from Medusa, no doubt. Lothid is my clan. It always has been. I will lead it with vision and purpose. Make it truly great again. Now, if you will excuse me. We are free, my brothers and sisters. Let us drink to the Lothid clan and its new leader, me! Oh, don't worry. I didn't poison all of the chalices.
I wanted to save the clan, but not like this.
Leaving me, Cathad? Fine. Go join your precious cat and pretend not to be the monster you are.
Freylith lied to us. But the clan is better off in her hands than Boss Trenlor's. I'm ready to join the Raven Watch now.
That's her way, Cathar.
Freylith lied.
Five Claw, a word.
Freylith lied to me, to all of us. Still, we accomplished what I set out to do. We freed...
This one hates being used. Boss Trenlor needed to be dealt with, but there was no honor in how that played out. I should have expected Freylith's deception. Still, it twists Adusa's tail. At least Cathad seems ready to move on now. Absolutely. Cathad risked everything to save his clan. He performed admirably, despite Freylith's dark influence. He will make a fine addition to our family. And Adusa appreciates your help, Five Claw. The Raven Watch will not forget your service. There are more problems in the Reach than Freylith and the Loathed clan. The Raven Watch's work never ends, it seems. This one needs to get Cathad settled, explain the rules of the Raven Watch, and start his training. But Adusa also wants to check in with the rest of House Ravenwatch, see what else must be done to safeguard the Reach. Count Varandis, Gwendis, Fëanorian, we came here to look into the threat posed by the Grey Host. As you can imagine, a renegade army of vampires and werewolves has us quite concerned. Cathad may have to learn on the job, as it were. For now, nothing. The Ravenwatch has other, more imminent threats to deal with. I hope Freylith decides to take the Loathed clan in a different direction. However, if she continues the practices put in place by Boss Trenlor... If the Loathed clan continues to be a threat and Freylith is a part of that, then yes, the Ravenwatch will deal with them. For now, though, Adusa will give her the benefit of the doubt, and a chance to show us she really is a good leader for the clan.
I'm sorry Freylith tricked you. I didn't know the Darkcap would kill Boss Trenlor. Once the mushroom weakened him, I planned to challenge him in her stead. I was as surprised as you and Adusa when he fell back in his throne and just died. I want to, if Adusa and the others will still have me. I know I have a lot to prove to them, a lot to live up to. I hope they'll give me a chance to show them what I have to offer, and I look forward to learning from them as well. The clan always respected Freylith, and in general they hated Boss Trenlor, his power, and their fear. It kept them bound as effectively as locks and chains. I have no doubt the clan will accept Freylith's leadership. I suspect they already have. I returned to save Freylith and the clan from Boss Trenlor. I accomplished that. I know the clan is better off than it was. That it has a more promising future. But that future doesn't include me. My path leads in a different direction.
Easy, friend. I'm not your enemy. I'm not one of those monsters, and I didn't kill this one. It was the blonde giant and her companion. Lyris? Yes, I think that's what her companion called her. They saved us. We were prisoners of Grey Host vampires, bound for the blood pens, I'm sure. Then that armored giant, Lyris, you say? She strolled into camp and demanded they free us. To be perfectly honest, I had my eyes closed through most of it. There was a lot of shouting and cursing. Threats were made. I heard the blonde giant laugh. Then I heard a great swoosh. Lots of them. Must have been her axe and her companion's sword. Every last one of them. They found something on the leader, though. A letter, I think. It got her companion all excited. It mentioned Valthum and departed without another word. So I stuck around to see if I could find anything else of value.
This one, taken. Come, Harrier. Give me your measure. Tayfern told me about you, Harrier. You wanted to talk? Well, here I am. What will it be? A battle? I haven't turned anyone into a goat recently, but I'm willing to try if you so much as raise your weapon. Why does everyone insist on calling us that? Tayfern, remind me to come up with a better name when time permits. As for later, well, I guide this gathering of rich folk if that's what you're asking. But what about you? Why are you here? Of course she is. She's a vampire after all. We tried to slay her twice without much luck. Quick as a spooked hare, that one, and twice as cautious. We'll have her fangs soon enough, though. You can read? What else does that sheet of paper say? The leader? Now that's a worthy bit of news. Bones and birds guide us well, but there's no replacing a cunning hunter. Go to the barrow, Harrier. Listen in on their meeting. Find out what Belaine and her master are up to, and I'll hear you out. The spirits will see you safely to Valthum, Harrier. After that, I suggest stealth and a strong blade. Overthrow Markarth? What in the mirror's name would I do with all that dead stone? No, my purpose is clear. I need to help our people by shaking Kadok out of his dream. If that doesn't work, I'll split his skull and let it spill out on its own. Kadok's dream of being king. Oh, he has a true heart. In better times, he's a fine leader. But we face a lean season. We're hungry. But instead of filling the larder, he dreams of a golden crown. His foolish pride has brought this upon our people. Not yet. Not until all the beasts of the woods howl his name. And every day he heeds Belain is another day he proves me right. The Grey Host has dark plans for Markarth. Cadoc's stubbornness will get everyone in that city killed. I am, and a fine one at that. What, never met a witch before, Harrier? I'm sure. We're not all like the blood-sucking Belain, or my misguided sisters from Icereach, though. Some of us aren't over-enthusiastic malcontents with a penchant for violence and destruction. Not all the time, anyway. Daedra? Ah, the spirits. The old ones. Yes, I've heard them called that. The world is full of whispers, for those with the patience to hear. Most them bloods are just too busy begging pardons from dead gods to pay attention. Pity. Daedra, spirits, crows, it's all the same. Where you see evil gods, we see teachers. Cruel ones, for certain. But that's the world, right? A stone will kill you if it strikes your head, but lifting the same stone makes us strong. What's to tell? I'm a proud woman of their age, a daughter of wind, sweat, and the rich soil. As for my brothers and sisters, they're good Reach folk, every last one of them. They mind the spirits and love the land. The real question is, who are you? A fine name, I suppose, for an outsider. But what's in your heart? Most them bloods come to the Rage wheezing under the weight of their purses and writ laws. You, though, I smell the blood of the Rage in you. Not much, but maybe it's enough. Aye, free blood. That's what the Rage is. Freedom. In the Rage, we do as we please. Only way to stop us is to kill us. Then we don't die easy. Same goes for you, I'd say.
Be concerned, Rada al-Saran. Your plan proceeds. Cadoc hangs on my every word,
and soon Reach folk will fill Markarth like a larder.
Excellent. With Markarth prepared, we need only claim the Arthzan keystone.
I'll make inquiries. Just remember our arrangement. Like you, I hate to be disappointed.
You there, in the shadows. You can't hide from the Ashen Lord. Follow me, if you dare. You actually followed. There's fire in your veins, I'll give you that. Very well. You may speak to me. You, the thorn that caused me no small amount of irritation and solitude. You thought yourself so clever, so stealthy, spying on me from the shadows. But the darkness answers to me. Why have you come to this forsaken barrow? You stand before Rada al-Saran and seek to understand his purpose. Better a torchbug try to comprehend the secrets of alchemy, or a mudcrab the intricacies of necromancy. These events began millennia before your birth. They concern you not at all. Who is this we you speak of? Certainly not the Reach folk. No, there is someone else. I see them, lurking in your thoughts. An ally, almost as ancient as I am. They're desperate to forestall the coming night. Tell me, who is this person? And I don't have to resist the urge to rip out your throat and gorge on your blood. But we are civilized beings, exchanging pleasantries in this humble setting. Perhaps we can come to some sort of arrangement. A tip for a tap, as it were. I propose a simple arrangement. A truth for a truth. Ask a question. I will answer honestly, then I will ask a question in turn. A fair compromise, don't you agree? Excellent. Then by all means, ask your first question. I have no interest in conquering the Reach. I came here to make use of something very old, very powerful. The Reach has the misfortune to be located directly above it. Many of these mortals will die, not because I want them to, but because they must. Not when your purpose is worthy. I do what I do for love. My turn. Your ally. Are they a high elf? Your honesty does you credit. Thank you. Do you have another question? That is a complicated question. A being as old as I can claim many origins. This flesh was born on the distant isles of Yokuda. This spirit was forged on the bloody shores of Hammerfell. This purpose, it grew from love and necessity. That word holds little meaning for me now. But yes, in my youth I dedicated my life to perfection. In art, perfection. In love, perfection. In war, especially in war, perfection. To attain glory in Yokuda, nothing less would do. Is it? Beyond the Sea of Pearls, peerless sword masters were as common as grains of sand. Even the grandest victories felt commonplace. In a land of heroes, how can anyone claim to be exceptional? Precisely. After the conquest of Hammerfell, I wandered in search of new challenges. I found only one. Leki, daughter to Rutger and master of the sword. We fought for 3 grueling days, without pause for rest or nourishment. But I didn't win. I didn't lose either. I could not accept a draw, however. The cold reality of my imperfection. That resentment drove me to Moloch Ball. It took the patient wisdom of a friend to break perfection's hold on me. Now, your turn. Your ally. Are they a vampire? Interesting. A picture begins to emerge. Do you have anything else to ask? Lady Belaine is an ally of convenience. Her interests and my design are selfish and predictably narrow. Do you seek to supplant her in Cadoc's court? I recommend against that, for it will not go well for you. A threat implies only the possibility of punishment. I do not threaten. Belaine has Cadoc's ear. If he takes your side, she kills him and chaos descends on Markarth. If he stands by Belaine, you will be executed. Neither outcome benefits you. Others? Who? Reach folk? The witch Arana? Your mysterious ally? I am unconcerned. Now, for my question. This ally that hides behind your eyes, does he seek to protect the world by going against his own kind? Of course he does. Thank you for your honesty. Now, do you have anything else to... I have no interest in... Not when your purpose is work. Your honesty does you credit. Thank you. As you wish. Know that this level of cordiality will not be repeated. And this is not a threat. If you continue to meddle in my affairs, I will take far more than your life. On that, you have my word.
Damned vampires. At least that fine Redguard and his blonde giant knew how to deal with them. Aye, that's what the handsome Redguard called her. They came out of nowhere and saved my clan from those grey host bastards. As grateful as I am, I do not think saving us was their primary purpose. They took down the vampire leader and searched her. Not exactly, but they found a letter she was carrying. I'm not one of those imperialized reach folk, so I wouldn't have been able to read it if I tried. Must have been important, though, because the blonde giant started asking me questions. She wanted to know about Reach history. Now, I'm not one to offer a drowning nor to branch, but they did just save my clan. So I suggested she find a Vatishran at Rodan Ring. If you're looking for the Redguard and his giant, check there.
Yeah! Yeah!
As long as one pipe remains, the ritual will continue. Your victory over Wicker will be short-lived.
Damn the Thornroot clan. Damn them all. You've come to the wrong place, outsider. Briar Rock belongs to the Thornroot clan. They kill anyone they catch here. Or worse. The Thornroot Hagravens lash you to an altar, carve out your heart, and then use foul magic to make you into one of their Briar Hearts. At least, that's what they've been doing to my clan. I managed to escape, but all my kin are prisoners. The Thornroots want protectors. They welcomed my clan, then betrayed us. My kin are in cages, waiting to be made into living weapons. I'll pay you well to teach the Thornroots a lesson. Free my clan, and burn their Briarheart tree. Or you'll find the cages where my people are being held in the ruins, up the hill to the right. Send anyone still alive back here. And keep an eye out for Chieftain Fowrin. He's my father. The Hagravens have something special planned for him. We're the hill hunters. We roam the reach, taking what the seasons give us. We're few in number, but no one knows the land as we do. When the Grey Host came, Hagravens promised to protect the Thornroot clan by growing briar hearts for them. We came to parley about making camp here. Briar hearts are living weapons. Warriors changed by dark magic to defend kith and kin. Hagravens, no. The briar heart change is a sacred ritual. A warrior endures terrible pain to become a briar heart, but gains great strength, and these are hard times. Maybe the Thornroots saw the Hagravens as their only hope. Where the hill... You must be new in the Reach. When the Grey Host used to be a watchtower. Aye.
Thank you, stranger. The Thornroots told us we'd be next for the ritual.
Thank you. I saw the Hagravens take Chief Farrowin up that tower. Please, help him.
I'm getting out of here before it's too late. If you find Farrowin, tell him he was a fool to parley with the Thornroots.
Well now, you're no Thornroot. Care to lend me a hand, stranger? I don't know who you are, but right now, I welcome anyone who comes to kill Thornroots. I'm Faurin, chieftain of the Hill Hunters. Have you come across my people, traveler? Have they left anyone else alive? Madonna? Clever girl. I knew she'd find a way to escape. We need to make sure the Thornroot clan Hagravens don't cut the hearts out of anyone else. Can you burn their Briarheart tree? That will put a stop to this for good. Head to the highest part of Briar Rock, and watch yourself. The Hagraven matron personally tends the tree. She may try to stop you. I'll go find Madonna and get what's left of my clan out of this damned place. Good luck, outsider. Once the Hagravens learned I was a chieftain, they decided to save me for a special ritual. Something about making me into a seed for a new Briarheart tree. Or maybe they just said that to scare me. It sounded awful, to be honest with you. Briarhearts die to this life, so that they may live again as protectors of the Reach. They give themselves willingly to the knife. Or so it should be. The Thornroots are taking that choice away, enslaving their Briarhearts. It's wrong. The Grey Host is too great a foe for the Hill Hunters alone. I wanted to bring the clan to a place we could easily defend, and wait for the danger to pass. Briar Rock is a refuge for the wandering clans, or it used to be. When we found the Thornroot clan here, Madonna said we should keep moving, find safety in the wilds. Once the Hagravens learned that Briarhearts die to this life, the Grey Host is too. When we found the Thornroot clan,
thank you. Reach folk are no stranger to feuds. But what the Thornroot clan did here was a mockery of our traditions. Strange that the punishment for their treachery came at the hands of an outlander. For the moment, after we tend our wounded, I mean to talk to my father about finding our safety in the wilds. You're the reason we have that chance, and the Hill Hunters will never forget it. Time to put this place behind us. Until these troubles pass, we're best off on our own. A Hill Hunter pays her debts. Here you are, friend. As for Briar Rock, leave it to the dead. More of us survived than I hoped. Maybe next time my father will heed my counsel and keep away from dark places such as Briar Rock. Better to leave your foes chasing after your steps than to stand your ground with those you can't trust. My father asked me the same question. If it's up to me, we're for the mountains now. It's a hard life, but it's safe. No enemy can catch us in the High Vales. Aye, I know that now. I won't always be able to see the best course for the Hill Hunters. But I believe that if I speak from my heart, I'll do right by the clan more often than not. Thank you, friend.
Go in peace, Freehand. We'll never forget your actions here. That's for Madonna to decide. You taught the Thornroots a hard lesson, but I learned one too. When my kin tell me I'm...
The Thornroots didn't stand a chance against you.
That dolt Harrowin led us into a slaughter, but I guess Madonna...
We lost a lot of kin today, but thanks...
Most people with any sense head the other way when they see Briarheart.
You fought like a true...
The next tankard I hoist will be in your honor.
I cannot tell you how good it felt to see the Thornroots.
Come, Eagle Seers, Sixfords, have you no words to share? An outsider has better sense than the lot of you. Come, outsider, help me prove a point. Your arrival at this moment is most fortuitous, outsider. Come, help me teach these wayward clans how to behave like proper warriors of the Reach. These two clan chiefs brought their children to participate in the rite of hand fasting. Once they receive my blessing, they can announce their intention to marry and unite these clans in kinship. I'd like you to help me give that blessing. It's not so much a matter of need as of instruction. I want your example to teach these clans how to put aside their differences and get along. Present yourself to the betrothed, Eslin and Modern, and wish them goodwill. That should suffice. Eslin and Modern wait to the north, at the hand-fasting cave. We isolate them for a time, so they can learn about one another. Hopefully they haven't killed each other. Go and offer your blessing. Then, return to me and your task will be done. A betrothal announcement, in a sense. It is how we let the folk of the Reach know that our wedding nears, that two clans will be brought together. As is custom, Eslin and Modern are isolated in the hand-fasting cave nearby, getting acquainted. You sound surprised. Is that not how marriages are arranged where you come from? They belong to different clans, clans that do not get along. I have brought them to this place of meeting to work out a marriage that will benefit both clans. All clans? No. But a number of the smaller clans recognize my experience and authority. They pledge fealty and rely on me to help them settle differences when they arise. And should an emergency present itself, they would turn to me to lead them. Even an outsider must know that there is strength in numbers, but clan chiefs have a hard time cooperating. In extreme circumstances, they temporarily cede their authority to a chief of chiefs. With this marriage, I hope to end an ancient feud. You picked up on that, did you? All you need to know at the moment is that the Eagleseer and Sixford clans have been at odds for generations. I hope to dampen those tensions by joining the clans in marriage.
First, the Chief of Chiefs demands I offer my son to the cursed Eagleseers. Then she involves an outsider in the matter just to shame us. Very well, outsider. Offer your blessing to my son and the Eagleseer sow, so we can finish this. What should I be? Not only am I forced to endure the presence of the Eagleseers, I must allow my son Modern to marry one of them. The Chief of Chiefs asks much of us, but I will not let my son go unattended. Modern is an adequate scout, but he's a sorry hunter and an abysmal fighter. I suppose, if there's any good in all this, it's that Chief Eagleseer is fool enough to accept such a poor match for his daughter. That is none of your business, outsider. I am here, and doing as my Chief of Chiefs demands. Let us leave it at that.
The Chief of Chiefs is allowing you to go to the hand-fasting cave? Outsider, when you see Modern... No, forget I said anything. Yes, no! Give Modern and the Eagleseer woman your blessing, outsider. Just as the Chief of Chiefs instructed. Each of us have a part to play in this fiasco, including me. Opposed? Look, Modern and I grew up together. I want what's best for him. And now they're binding him to some Eagleseer hellion, and I've said too much. Go. Give your blessing. Let's be done with this.
If I hadn't heard the Chief of Chiefs' words with my own ears, I'd think this another trick of the hated Sixfords. Still, you have your task, outsider. Get on with it already. What's to be happy about? I'll abide by the Chief of Chiefs' counsel, but I can't imagine a blood bond between us and the Sixford clan. I just hope the lad's worthy of Eslin. If not, he won't last much past the ceremony. Eslin's my one and only. She's got 4 older brothers, but she's the fiercest child I've ever whelped. Eagleseer blood runs strong through her veins. Thank Baal. Modern needs to mind their edges. Not that the Sixfords give much mind to anything. That has nothing to do with you, outsider. Do as the Chief of Chiefs bids, so we can get on with this.
Chief of Chiefs is crafty, I'll give her that. Using an outsider to shame the Six Fords, and us too, I suppose. Not the best way to start a marriage, but I've seen worse. Chief Eagleseer is my brother. I love him and his daughter dearly, but this feud has been going on since longer than anyone can remember. Not even the Vasishrans know how it started. This attempt at a reconciliation will go exactly as the others. When all the drama has come to an end, the Eagle Seers and the Six Fords are still going to hate each other. Nothing will change that. As for my niece, she won't do anything she doesn't want to. I'd feel sorry for Maderan, if he wasn't a Six Ford. This isn't the time or place for such talk, outsider. Not with the Chief of Chiefs looking on.
Eslin and Maderan, wait. Chiefs, please. The outsider. I'll speak to you over here. Is it done, outsider? Did you offer your blessing to the intended couple? I can't read those infernal scratchings. Only Chief Eagleseer and his daughter bother with such things. What does the note say, outsider? No, this is unacceptable. This handfasting must take place. I need you to find them and bring them back, outsider. You see the animosity between these clans. They have fought and spilled each other's blood for generations. I finally got them to agree to a compromise. A bond of peace predicated on the marriage of Eslin and Maderan. Please, they must have gone north. Otherwise, they would have had to pass us and we would have seen them. Search the area to the north of the ring and track them down. I'll keep the chiefs distracted. Thank you for helping with this. Remind Eslin and Maderan what's at stake here. They both understand what this feud has cost both clans, what peace would mean for us all. They are young, their blood will cool, and they will see that coming home is the only wise action.
There's my partner. Over here. Welcome, partner. I take it you got my message? Problem? More like an opportunity. And it all has to do with these letters we found on the Grey Host leaders at the Reachwood ritual site and Valthume. Well, I can't argue with that description. Sai Sahan is certainly all those things and more. We were on our way to Markarth to meet Savannah when we decided to help out the locals with their Grey Host problem. That's when we found the letters. Maybe nothing, but for Sai, maybe everything. We think there's a third letter out there. Sai's in Gloomreach trying to acquire it. Go help him while I finish here. I'm hoping to talk to one of the Reach lore keepers, a Vadashran, if I can find one. What? You have a problem with me and Sai spending some quality time together killing Grey Host vampires? Maybe even find a few moments to be alone? Anyway, he came to see me and then agreed to help as we wrap up things here in the Reach. Maybe nothing, but for Sai, maybe everything. Thanks, partner. I really want to talk to one of the Vadashrans and see if they can tell me more about what's in these documents. In the meantime, go to Gloomreach and help Sai. It's not the letters themselves, it's what's in them. There are references to Rada al-Saran and a Reach hero, as well as something that ties them both to Sai Sahan's martial traditions. It might be nothing, but Sai wants to investigate. You're gonna have to trust me on this one, partner. This is Sai's tale to tell. I'm just trying to help him. And I hope you are too.
Now get to Gloomreach and do what you can.
We have to stop dropping things, don't.
Quiet, Estlin. Someone's coming.
Why are you following us, outsider? We may be young, but we're still warriors of the Reach. You won't find us to be easy prey. Aye, I'm sure she does. But I'm not going back. Not while the Chief of Chiefs and my father plan to marry me off like some imperial princess. Look, I don't even know if I want to marry at all. And my father and the Chief of Chiefs parade me around the Reach, saying I'm to be wed to a sod I've never laid eyes on before. Madern has his own reasons to shirk the hand-fasting, so we both ran. It's not fair of them to put that responsibility on our shoulders. It's a worthy idea, but why do we have to be the ones to carry it out? I won't be forced into a marriage because our people can't stop killing each other. This whole situation makes me so angry. I don't want to talk to you anymore, outsider. Didn't the Chief of Chiefs tell you? I'm the daughter of Chief Eagleseer. Or I was. I have half a mind to exile myself and cut all ties to my damned clan. I tell you, I won't be the barter that ends the feud. I won't.
This may seem like the perfect spot to ambush us and take our belongings, outsider, but don't let the desolation fool you. Our clan warriors are hiding right behind those rocks. So, I don't like breaking the law to the Chief. Can't marry Estlin. I'm already pledged to another, Drisen of the Sixford clan. Before her brother died, I promised I would marry her and look after her. How can I break one obligation to honor another, even for the sake of our clans? No, we did our hand-fasting in secret. Drisen is a good woman. There's little love between us, but I gave her brother my word before he died. And Estlin clearly doesn't want to marry me. I want to end this feud, but there has to be another way.
This feud is older than these crags. I doubt anyone knows its cause.
A Vadishran might know. They keep the history of the clans.
If we learned the reason for the feud, maybe we could end it. Then we wouldn't need the damned hand-fasting.
A Vadishran named Barth visited the Sigford once. My father spoke highly of him.
I know that name. He visited us too. He has a camp in the hills southeast of here.
It's a thin hope, but if we can find Barth... Even before all this, I had heard of Chief Eagleseer's daughter. Fair as a rose and just as thorny. But we did get to know each other in the cave. At least a little. His name is Barth. It's a thin hope, as much as my father.
Asking the Vatishran about the origin of our feud, with a father as fierce as Chief Sixford, I expected Madern to be a mighty warrior. He seems nice enough, but more like a hare that some witch turned into a human. I didn't meet him when he came to see the Eagleseers, but he's a legend.
Yeah!
Master, where are you? A fellow Psijic? Did the Order send you, my friend? I'm a new recruit, but perhaps you know my mentor, Master Pithis? I could actually use a bit of help in that regard. I'm currently looking for him, and I'm a bit concerned. In summary, my master and I are members of the Psijic Order. I, however, am a new recruit. I fear I may have blundered a transport spell upon arriving here. Master Pithis assured me he'd take care of it, but I still have concerns. When I was inside the cave, I noticed something unusual. The plants, they emit some kind of strange energy. It was too dangerous in there, but I must confirm my suspicions, determine if this is my fault. Would you accompany me to take a closer look? I greatly appreciate your help, friend. I'm not much of a fighter myself, if you couldn't already tell at a glance. Master Pithis is much better equipped than I, which actually has me more concerned, since I haven't heard from him in some time. Well, they started glowing. I've seen flora like this once before while I was researching spores from a Dwemer ruin. I have a theory about what's happening, but I need a specimen to study. Plants are much easier to understand than people, in my experience. My studies attracted the attention of Master Pithis and the Psijic Order, so I think it's worked to my benefit. Present circumstances notwithstanding, of course. Master Pithis is my mentor. He's a genius. He understands the inner workings of plant life better than anyone. I'm grateful he's taken me under his wing. From what I've heard around the Order, he typically works alone. I certainly hope not. He's a high-ranking member of the Order, and therefore quite capable of taking care of himself. But it is unusual for him to be gone this long. I'm sure he just got caught up in the study of a unique specimen, as one does. Careful now, don't be tempted to eat that. You're not tempted, are you? Now, might I take a closer look at the specimen you gathered? Oh my, I fear something has gone horribly wrong. It's just as I feared. This plant radiates tonal energy. Master Pithis and I brought a relic with us that emits the same kind of power to study it. I think I damaged it. It's a strange Dwemer phenomenon. As a new recruit, I'm still learning, but I know its effects on the natural world can be catastrophic. Master Pithis said it would be fine, but I must have damaged the relic more than I thought. Well, Master Pithis had me use a transportation spell to get it here. When we arrived, he noted the relic had sustained a bit of damage from my rather poor attempt. That magic is wildly unstable. It's possible I caused some kind of rupture. Master Pithis took it with him into the cave. That has to be it. The relic is leaking tonal energy, and the effects won't stop at just the vegetation. There's no telling what will happen if we don't remedy this. We need to slow the process. I sense other pockets of tonal disturbance nearby. I'll cast a spell at each location to keep the effects from spreading. If we follow them to the source, we should find the relic and Master Pithis. He may be in danger.
Step away to deal with a stray werewolf and
Let's
someone
hurry.
steals my prize? So, what did you find in the coffer? It warms my heart to see you again, my friend. I take it you came at Lyris's behest? Now tell me, did you happen to find a letter in that coffer? Let me have a look. Yes. This is what I was seeking. The third letter between the vampire leaders. But I was afraid of this. They don't tell the complete story. That's my snow lily. She would never betray my confidence. Not even to a trusted partner such as yourself. I, however, will share what I know. I can't expect you to help if you don't know what's involved. Before becoming a vampire, Rada al-Saran was a Redguard swordmaster who once battled Leki to a standstill. According to the letters, he lost his ability to manifest the Shihai, his spirit sword. Then he met the Reach hero, Fallon, the Red Eagle. That's what I was hoping to learn, but the letters fail to provide any detail. I too have never been able to manifest my Shihai. I was hoping to gain insight from these letters. It seems we'll have to look elsewhere, though. Lyris went to Hraldan Ring to talk to Avadashran, a Reach lorekeeper, to find a local version of the story. I suggest we go to the source, a sacred site dedicated to Fallon, Red Eagle Redoubt. Look for Avadashran, and I'll meet you there. It's what the Reach folk call their lore keepers. They don't have a written language, so they remember history through stories and songs. With any luck, we'll find Avadashran at Red Eagle Redoubt, who knows the story of Rada al-Saran and Fallon. It was purely by chance. When Lyris and I helped the people at the Reachwind ritual site, we discovered a letter on the Grey Host leader. A number of the vampire commanders were discussing the story through correspondence. I was intrigued. Anyone can learn anything from anybody, if they are patient and willing to listen. I was hoping that the letters would reveal more of the story, but they lacked the details necessary to understand how Red Eagle helped Rada al-Saran. I'm not an expert on Reach lore. That's why we need to find Avadashran. However, none of the legends I've heard suggest Fallon was anything other than a Reachman. The stories do say he was armed with a flaming sword. Maybe that's the connection. Because Lyris is as unique and as beautiful as the flower that blooms in the northern cold. It is a term of affection that suits her most admirably. I will make a slight detour and meet Lyris on the road or back at Hraldan Ring. Then we will journey together to meet you at Red Eagle Redoubt. We shall not tarry, my friend.
Quickly, deactivate it. I'll contain the magic with the time-slowing spell. Good. That should slow the effects. There's another one. Deactivate it so I can slow the tonal magic. There. Let's hope this holds. I sense Master Pithis' magic. He must have been here. Look around for any sign of him. That journal. I recognize it. It's Master Pithis'. Did you find anything in the journal that might point us to Master Pithis' whereabouts? He what? Let me see that. Oh, Master Pithis, how could you? I can't believe I fell for such deception. He must think I'm a fool. And I am. But not so much a fool that I can't stop what he's put in motion. Friend, we don't have much time before my spells wear off. And I can't be sure Pithis won't find a way to intercept my plea for help. It's up to us now. If this cave grows any more unstable, the relic may become impossible to contain. I sense a stronger source of tonal magic nearby. It has to be the relic. If my theory is correct, Master Pithis used those Dwemer amplifiers to harness its power. But I can use them to transport the relic back to Artaeum. We just have to hurry. hurry before it becomes too unstable to move. It's too unstable. I can't control it.
It looks like you could use some assistance, brother.
It's working. We're nearly there.
You and I have much to discuss.
Did my foolish apprentice send you? How quaint.
The artifact is mine. You cannot fathom its power.
It's a good thing I arrived when I did. There are not many who could have completed that spell alone. Frankly, I'm impressed Callis held it as long as he did. This location was being magically concealed until moments ago, when there was a large spike in tonal power. I was tasked to investigate the theft of a relic from Artaeum's vaults, so I've been looking for just such a disturbance. I suspected something of the sort. If what you say is true, then Callis has nothing to fear from the Order. If any evidence is to be had here, rest assured I will find it. Your assistance in this matter is noted. It will be all right, Callis.
That was...
I intend to make sure this doesn't mar your reputation in the Order.
Oh, that is most appreciated, Master Larama. That was closer than I would have liked. We're lucky Master Larama found us just in time. I was on the verge of losing control of the relic. I don't even want to think about what might have happened. Yes, with Larama's help, the relic was safely transported back to Artaeum. My time-slowing spells seemed to contain the worst of the damage, which also kept the cave from collapsing on top of us. I suppose I'll need to explain that, provided the Order doesn't already know. I suspect that since Larama is here, it means they do. I certainly learned my lesson about idolizing the Order. Even our own can fall. Hard to say. I suspect it will mostly return to normal, in about a few hundred years. But of course, with Dwemer relics, you can never really be sure. Regardless, I could not have done this without you. Here, take this. You more than earned it. I hope our paths cross again one day. It was an honor to work with you. Though next time we meet, let's make sure it's under better circumstances. Well, as long as the Order doesn't decide to banish me from their ranks, I plan to continue my studies. I'd like to become proficient enough and wise enough to make sure nothing like this ever happens again. I don't know. I certainly deserve it. Master Pithis was mad, but I played a part in his scheme through ignorance and carelessness. Thanks to you, there should be enough proof to show that my involvement doesn't extend beyond that.
It's a good thing I arrived.
Apprentice sent you. Oh, great.
The artifact is mine. You will not stop me. The artifact will make me all.
So, what did you find in the coffer?
This is his camp, but where's the Vatashran?
I don't like the look of this.
That's the Vatashran shillelagh. He wouldn't just leave it behind.
That's a Thornroot's clan knife, used for dark magic. The Thornroot clan uses the ruins over the hill.
Their witches must have taken the Vatashran. We have to help him.
Without weapons, we'll just get in the way. Our friend here will need to rescue the Vatashran.
I don't know what you're doing in this terrible place, friend, but would you oblige an old man and undo these bindings? Those damned hag-ravens were talking about flaying the skin from my bones. Ah, that's better. Now, could you help me get out of here? Never thought I'd be so happy to see a gate in all my years. Now, let me thank you proper. Never thought I'd be so happy. Seems kind. I appreciate the help, Wanderer. I'm in your debt. Are you in the habit of wandering into dangerous ruins and delivering old storytellers to safety? Or was there something you needed of me? Well, that's an oddly specific request. Most people prefer the tale of Red Eagle's final hours. Why does an outsider care about the feud between two minor clans of the Reach? Ah, so this is about the hand-fasting at Hroldan Ring? Eslin of the Eagle Seer and Medeirin of the Sixford, if I'm not mistaken. You saved my hide, so a story's the least I can give you. But not here. Let's do it back at my camp. You go on ahead. After all that running and sneaking, I need to catch my breath. My camp is up on the ridge, to the east. I'm a Vatashran outsider. Knowing what happens in the Reach as well as the practices of its people is my duty. It's me and my kind that bring tales and tidings to the clans of these hills.
You're lying. You stole the cow from the Chief of Chiefs.
Bald, take me if I speak untrue. She was stone drunk. I plucked it.
A Sixford and an Eagle Seer, yammering away like a couple of jackdaws. Now I've seen everything.
Vatashran.
Calm yourself, lad. Your friend here told me what you and the lass are thinking. I really do like this camp. Perfect location. I expect I'll have to move, though. Can't depend on outsiders delivering me from the Thornroot Witches again, can I? But before I move on, I owe you a tale. About the Eagle Seers and the Sixfords, yes? It's an old hatred. I pieced the tale together during my time with the elders of both clans. Before there was the Eagle Seers or the Sixfords, there was a man and a woman. They loved one another and were promised to wed. They fashioned the lover's coil, a totem of stone symbolizing the spirals of their lives entwining, of their love. But the day they were to wed, the coil broke. They believed it a sign of the displeasure of the spirits, so the pair separated. The man's bloodline became the Eagle Seers, the woman's the Sixfords. The love they once shared festered into hate. Battles were fought. Each clan rallied around a fragment of the lover's coil. Proof, they said, that the spirits ordained their feud. The stories vary, but I suspect the coil simply fell from its mantle. Nothing more than an accident. The spirits had nothing to do with it, I'm sure. A simple broken stone was enough to cause the rage and violence that persists to the current day. Love and hate are both born of passion, outsider. Though they decided their love was doomed, the passion they shared did not simply vanish. But there was only one form left for it to take. Ire, which was passed through the blood.
That story, I never heard it before. The elders never talk about it.
What if we tell everyone the story and we repair the coil? Vatashran, the fragments of the coil, what became of them?
The tales say they were lost at the battles of Karthspire Lee and Fowlon's Ire.
I know Fowlon's Ire. I'll look for a fragment there. Our friend can search Karthspire Lee.
All right, Eslin. I'll escort the Vatashran back to Hroldan Ring. Eslin? Where are you? Eslin? Outsider? If you're here, then that means... Darn, you fool! I ran all the way from Herolden Ring, only to realize I'm in the wrong place. Damn it all! I was supposed to be helping Estlin, but I might have gotten the two places mixed up. Indeed. I was worried about Estlin. As soon as I settled the Vatishran at Herolden Ring, I set out to find her and make sure she was alright. Of course, leave it to me to forget which battlefield she actually went to. I suppose I've grown to care for her a bit. All that talking we did at the Vatishran's camp, it doesn't matter. Enough of that. There's a favor I need of you, outsider. If something's happened to Estlin, I won't make it in time to help her. I'm too winded, so I must turn to you. Find Estlin in Thalenzyre, make sure she's alright. I'll follow you as quickly as I can. I didn't know her when this all started. Then I came to know her wit, her laugh. Any soul with a heart in their breast would grow fond of those, even if they shouldn't.
Outsider? Oh, perfect timing. I could use your help. I found the fragment, but can't get to it. A giant made camp right on top of it.
Estlin!
Modern? What are you doing here?
I had to make sure you were unarmed. I'm glad you're safe.
I ran into a bit of trouble, but I'm better now. Well, you made quick work of that. You already found the cold fragment at Kartspire Lee, eh? All that's left is to go to Hroldan Ring and see the end of this. I sent him back to Hroldan Ring so he and the Vatishran could gather what they need to fix the Lover's Coil. I told him I'd wait to make sure that you got back safely. Speaking of which, can I ask why you came? I thought so. Outsider, forgive me for laying my burdens on you, but it's been nagging at me for a bit now. What if everything we're doing isn't worth it? What if Modern and I just went along with the hand fasting? I don't, but maybe I could, if it were him. I know what my heart is telling me. I'm falling for Modern. I'm a true fool for it, especially after starting this whole mess. But I know he's already pledged to another. I can't tell him how I feel. We ought to stick to the plan. We have both fragments of the Lover's Coil. I'll take them to Hroldan Ring and get them repaired. Then we can end the feud and be done with all this. You go ahead. I'd like a moment to myself. I'm just confused. My mind and my heart are telling me two different things, and I've never been sure which is the smarter of the two. I'll be fine. There's nothing to worry about.
And so, the hatred between your two clans was born of a twist of fate, the shattered lover's coil. But today, Modern and Eslin have restored the lover's coil. Let their efforts show that you need not continue this quarrel.
Thank you for the tale, honored Bartishran. We will discuss this. Eslin Modern, wait in the hand-fasting cave. Outsider, I bid you stay.
I'll just rest my haunches a while, if it's all the same to you.
Where in the mirror's hide have you been, outsider? You were supposed...
That story. There's so much to think about now.
If I knew we were to wait here this... What games are the Varishron and our children playing?
The Chief of Chiefs keeps us here like prisoners. And how dare the Varishron share the tales our own?
Where in the mirror's hide have you been, outsider? You were supposed to fetch Eslin and Madar and bring them back quickly, not entertain this wild endeavor. The chiefs are about to come to blows as it is. What's the meaning of the Vartishran's tale? With what? This? Lover's Coil? They are fools to think that all the problems of the Sixford and Eagleseer clans can be solved by restoring some dusty relic. Maybe not, but these clans have spilled each other's blood for generations. No relic from some bygone age will stay their weapons. The hand-fasting can end this violence today. Now, go give Eslin and Modern your blessing, so we can get on with this. Spirits take me. This is what I get for involving an outsider. Fine, but be quick about it. The fool. That's a strange match. I knew they were childhood friends, but marriage... What else did he tell you about? I see. I'm sure Drizen believes it's real, regardless. Still, without the Chief's blessing, it's not binding. Modern may not like going back on his word, but perhaps doing so will give Drizen an opportunity. I do. Try to understand, outsider. The hatred that runs between these clans is more than just habit. They cannot simply douse their anger after hearing some story. If the wedding doesn't take place, they may never trust enough to try again.
I thought it might come to this. It seems the decision rests with you now. Either force the hand-fasting to end the feud, or support Eslin and Modern, and hope their time together signals hope for it to end another way. Each of these chieftains have seen their people slain at the other's hands. That hardens a soul. At the end of the day, outsider, the tale is just words. This one happened to have a nice rock to go along with them. It's not my decision to make, happily enough, but the Chief of Chiefs has things a bit confused, as I see it. Not supporting the hand-fasting doesn't mean the feud will go on forever. The choice is about ending it today, or ending it in the future. If Eslin and Modern complete the hand-fasting, the clans will be united, that's true. But they're of chieftain's blood, and will someday rule these clans. It is a difficult matter. End the feud today, and you stop the violence right away. But there are other factors of the heart. I'm famished after that telling. I always am. And wouldn't you know it, I left my damn seed pouch back at camp. The birds will have gotten to it by now. I might haver with that fat eagle seer over yon. He looks like he knows where to find a victual.
Where in the mirror's hide have you been? With what? Maybe not. But these clans have spilled each other's blood for after everything I did to bring these clans here today, to help them end their bloodshed, you're just going to toss it aside. Spirits take me. This story of yours won't work. But now, it's all we have left. You've doomed... This is your plan, outsider, not mine. The fate of these clans rests with Eslin and Modern now. If they won't go through with a wedding, then they must find another way.
What did the Chief of Chiefs say?
I don't know how much longer we can wait here. Did you discuss things with the Chief of Chiefs? I see. When I vowed to wed Drazen, I never dreamed what it would mean for my clan, or for Estlins. If I never made that promise, then all of this, then Estlin and I might have... Damn it all! All of this suffering from a broken stone. My father didn't heed the Vatishran, but I'll make him hear me. This feud is stupid. The time's come to end it. I've no right to expect it, but I hope Estlin will help me in this. If there's anything this day has taught me, it's that there is a chance for my people to reconcile. Estlin is nothing like I expected her to be. Even if we are not to be married, that doesn't mean what transpired between us has to go to waste.
I could see it in all their faces. They weren't moved at all by the tale of the Lover's Coil. After everything we've done. You spoke with the Chief of Chiefs. What did she say? Thank you, outsider. I feel the Chief of Chiefs, sire, but she must understand that us getting married is not the only path to peace. The feud is daft. So much grief for nothing. Modern and I do not need to be married to make them see that. I am. I may love Modern, but he's pledged himself to another anyway. The handfasting can't happen. We must make our refusal clear. Modern agrees? My father and Chief Sixford are still with the Chief of Chiefs, eh? We'll need to speak with them and make our intentions known.
Here it comes.
What of the handfasting?
There will be no handfasting, Father. We don't need it. This feud is foolish.
She's right, Father. We don't need a handfasting to make us lower our swords. Heed the Vatishran's tale.
That eagle seal wave has poisoned your mind, boy. You're shitting me.
You lay this at my daughter's feet, Sixford. My warriors and I will make you regret those words.
Our chance for peace is gone.
Gone for today, perhaps, but not forever. Modern and I will make sure of it.
Aye. We will spread the Vatishran's tale to our clans until enough heed it.
I don't think I entirely understand what just happened. The handfasting is off? Modern kept his promise to me? I fear what this means for my clan, but I won't deny that I'm relieved.
I expected better of you, outsider. This is what I get for involving you in the business of the clans. Damn you, you've doomed these clans.
Passions do not die easily. It was too much to hope, maybe, that the chiefs would see the reason for the feud was simple foolishness. But the way Estlin and Modern worked together today, it gives me hope for the future of these clans. We did not fail on this day. The true story here is of an Eagleseer lass, a Sixford lad who now see each other not as foes, but as friends, and who have pledged to end this feud in a kinder time. For your part in this, outsider, you have my thanks. Estlin and Modern will have to return to their clan holdings soon. You may wish to say your farewells before then. I have not been to the ring in some time. I'll learn the tidings from across the crags. If you find anyone in need of a Vatishran, send them my way, aye?
I'm sorry for my father, outsider. He's too stubborn to listen. But he won't be chief forever. Just because we didn't end the feud today doesn't mean we won't end it in the future. Estlin and I made a connection today. That's no small thing. Estlin, I'm glad that we came to know each other. There is a future for our clans yet.
I'm glad too, Modern. Today we proved Sixford and Eagle Seers can work together.
I expected better.
I knew Estlin might prickle at the idea of the hand fasting, but to go through all of this only to...
I'm bound to follow my chief, so I followed when he left.
My son has brought shame to our clan. Had the chief and chief.
We tried. The feud won't end today, but at least I'm not being leashed into a marriage and Modern won't have to break his word. This is not a failure, only a setback. Modern and I will spread the tale to our clans. I swear it.
I'm sorry for my father.